Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that when you finally woke up, you felt a strange sense of loss? A world built by your own mind, so perfect, so captivating, that reality just couldn't compare. What if you never had to wake up? What if you could stay in that perfect world forever? It sounds like a fantasy, right? But what if I told you there's a dream you can't wake up from? Not because you don't want to, but because you literally can't. This isn't just a story. It's a journey into the deepest, most mysterious corners of our minds. Let's talk about lucid dreaming. This is when you become aware that you're dreaming while you're still asleep. For most lucid dreamers, it's an incredible playground. You can fly, you can conjure up anything you desire. You can be a superhero. It's the ultimate virtual reality experience, powered by your own brain. But with great power comes great responsibility, and sometimes things can go wrong. Very wrong. Imagine this: you're in a lucid dream. You're soaring over a city made of candy. The sun is a giant disco ball, and everything is just awesome. You've had your fun, and you decide it's time to wake up. You try your usual tricks. Maybe you spin around, or try to read a clock, or look at your hands. These are common techniques lucid dreamers use to destabilize the dream and wake themselves up. But this time, nothing happens. You're still flying over the candy city. You try again, harder this time. You pinch yourself. You shout, "Wake up." You even try the ultimate panic button, jumping off a tall building. But instead of waking up in your bed, you just land softly on a marshmallow street. A little bit of panic starts to set in. It's like being locked inside your own mind, with no key in sight. This phenomenon is sometimes called a false awakening. You think you've woken up. You see your bedroom. You get out of bed, you start your morning routine. Everything seems completely normal. You brush your teeth, look in the mirror, and that's when you notice something is off. Maybe your reflection has an extra eye, or the text on your toothpaste tube is just gibberish. And then it hits you. You're still dreaming. You've just woken up into another layer of the dream. It's like a Russian doll of consciousness, and you have no idea how many layers you have to peel back to get to reality. This can be incredibly disorienting and, frankly, terrifying. You can go through multiple false awakenings in a row, each one feeling more real than the last, only to have the illusion shattered again and again. It starts to mess with your perception of what's real, which memories are from your waking life, and which are from these hyper-realistic dream layers. The line begins to blur. The anxiety of being trapped can turn the dream from a paradise into a prison. The beautiful candy city might start to melt. The disco ball sun could flicker and die. Your own subconscious, sensing your fear, can start to turn against you, manifesting your anxieties as nightmarish figures or impossible situations. So, why does this happen? Well, the science of dreaming is still a field with many unanswered questions. But some theories suggest that these experiences are linked to sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is a state where your brain is awake, but your body is still in sleep mode, temporarily paralyzed. It's a natural mechanism to stop you from physically acting out your dreams. Sometimes, when you're transitioning between sleep and wakefulness, you can get caught in this in-between state. You're conscious, but you can't move, and you might still be experiencing dreamlike hallucinations. It's possible that a dream you can't wake from is an elaborate, extended form of this, where the mind creates a new dream layer instead of fully waking up. Think about the psychological impact. Every time you think you've escaped, you're pulled back in. The feeling of relief is snatched away, replaced by growing dread. It's a psychological maze with no exit. People who have experienced this describe a profound sense of helplessness. The control they thought they had in their lucid dream is revealed to be an illusion. The dream world, which once felt like a source of infinite freedom, becomes a cage. Let's dive a bit deeper into the stories. There are countless accounts on forums and communities dedicated to lucid dreaming where people share these harrowing experiences. One user described a loop that lasted for what felt like weeks. They went to work, met with friends, lived a whole life, only to realize it was all a dream. They would wake up in their bed, sighing with relief, and the cycle would start all over again. They started to forget what their real life was even like. The desperation was so intense that within the dream, they started looking for ways to end it all, hoping that the shock would be enough to wake them up. But of course, it never worked. It just led to another false awakening. This raises a fascinating, if unsettling, philosophical question. What is reality? If a dream is indistinguishable from your waking life, does the distinction even matter? Your emotions in the dream are real. The fear, the joy, the despair are actually feeling them. Your brain is generating these experiences with such fidelity that your conscious mind accepts them as truth. It's a powerful reminder of how much of our reality is constructed inside our own heads. Now, before you get too scared to go to sleep tonight, it's important to remember that these experiences are rare. For the vast majority of people, lucid dreaming is a safe and positive experience. And even for those who do get stuck in a false awakening loop, they always, eventually, wake up. No one has been trapped in a dream forever. Our bodies have natural sleep cycles, and our brains need to transition through different stages of sleep. Eventually, the alarm clock will ring, or the sun will hit your face, and you will return to the real world. But the memory of that experience can linger. It can cause what's known as reality testing in your waking life. You might find yourself constantly checking to see if you're dreaming, looking at your hands, trying to push a finger through your palm, reading a sentence twice to see if the words change. It's a way of regrounding yourself in reality, of reassuring yourself that you are, in fact, awake. It shows how a profound dream experience can blur the boundaries of consciousness long after you've opened your eyes. So, what can you do if you ever find yourself in this situation? Experts and experienced lucid dreamers have a few suggestions. The first and most important is not to panic. Fear feeds the dream. The more you panic, the more control you lose, and the more likely your subconscious is to create a nightmare. Instead, try to accept the situation. Say to yourself, "Okay, I'm dreaming, and I can't seem to wake up right now. Let's just go with it." By surrendering control, you can sometimes paradoxically regain it. Another technique is to focus on your physical body lying in bed. Try to feel the blanket on your skin, the pillow under your head, the position of your limbs. Send a command to your physical body, not your dream body. Try wiggling a real toe or a real finger. This can sometimes create a strong enough connection to your physical self to pull you out of the dream. Ultimately, the dream you can't wake up from is a powerful metaphor for our own minds. It shows us the incredible power of our subconscious, its ability to create entire worlds that are as real as our own. It reminds us that our perception of reality is fragile, and that the line between the internal and external world is not as clear-cut as we might think. It's a journey into the heart of consciousness itself, a thrilling, sometimes frightening, but always fascinating exploration of what it means to be aware. The human mind is the last great frontier. We can travel to space. We can explore the depths of the ocean. But the universe inside our own heads remains largely a mystery. Experiences like these are like postcards from that unknown territory, giving us a glimpse of the incredible and sometimes terrifying landscapes that lie within. So next time you close your eyes, remember, you're not just going to sleep. You're embarking on an adventure, and hopefully it's one you can wake up from. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of dreams. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the mysteries of the mind. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever had a lucid dream or a false awakening? Share your story. Stay curious and sleep well.